How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Now, I got something different for all of you. We're going to go through, I've seen a couple people do this on other games, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. Monster Hunter, all the fun stuff. So, I was going to take a look at the ratings for Honor. I'm going to be doing it on console because I feel like that's where the majority of the player base is. Granted, yes, this is on Xbox. There might be more players on PlayStation. And, you know, obviously PC is a smaller player base, but they also have, you know, the PCs at least are built where we were playing with what we were on. So I thought it would be a little bit better of a representation of a larger part of the community, even if it is only Xbox that I'm looking at. So I was going to filter it by 1 star due to the fact that the rating here is a 2.5 and 46% of the reviews are a 1 star. So I was going to sort by 1 star and see what we get. I wonder if I can also sort by, here we go, most recent 1 stars. How about that? Because I don't want to, you know, be reading 2017 and shit like that. So we'll go through and look at a couple of these. This guy is just having internet errors, even though his IP only gives him 18 ping. That's not really anything crazy. Let's find some interesting stuff, shall we? So, this guy, second review here, every game you get in has one toxic person that spams or double teams. The game is dying because of it. The game is just not good anymore. So, obviously, we all know that this isn't, you know, this just happens, and it's you know, obviously no honor. I don't know if he plays Brawls, what he plays, but I'm assuming, you know, it has to be something two-player. Brawls is the only place where you can somewhat have honor at this point. Breach, Team Deathmatch, all that kind of stuff. I mean, all of those have turned into 4v4 game modes. They are a 4v4 game mode. You will be ganked. I'm not sure if this is coming out of, and when he says one toxic person that spams, I'm not sure if he's talking light spam or if in the case of a 2v2, you know, Raiders, or in a course of a gank, you got Raider running back and forth picking you up, Jormungandr punching you, Centurion punching you. I don't know if that's something that he's talking about, but yes, the game does have a lot of difficulties when you're fighting multiple people, as you should, because it is, with a 4v4, you have the advantage when it's you and a teammate against someone, and you should have the disadvantage when in the same scenario. That's just kind of funny. Literally said a prayer and I was kicked because of the AFK timer. So this one we have, if you have over 1,000 hours to slave away learning every combo possible for every character, you're not going to be able to have fun. The amount of toxicity in this game is ridiculous. Please avoid the game. It's cost me 2 controllers, several hours of despair and self-pity. The current state of the game is horrible, and Ubisoft just doesn't care other than money right now. So, real quick, I see this for some reason a couple times now, and I've had messages on YouTube about this. When people say you need time to learn the combos in this game, I don't believe you. I simply do not believe you. Now, I can get some people, like I have a friend that has very, very difficult times, even just learning like Monster Hunter combos just with a single weapon. He has trouble memorizing it. I get it, some people do. They knew this was a fighting style game when they came in. There was going to be some form of combo. Now, my problem with something like this is you have a light, you have a heavy, you have a guard break, and for some characters, you know, bash and a zone. That is not a lot to remember. I can tell you, for the most part, every character's, like what they do and how they do it and what to expect when you fight against them. It's not difficult to remember. So I'm not sure if this person is very new to the game and they don't understand how each character plays, but in my opinion, if a new character is released, say Griffin, Ibushi, anyone, if anyone is released, it shouldn't take you more than 4 to 5 minutes in training mode to really understand how the character is going to be played. You may not know the max punish when you knock someone down, but you're going to do a big enough punish that it won't end up mattering. But when people say there's too much to learn, I completely disagree. Now the amount of toxicity in the game, yes, there's a ton of toxicity, teabagging, people message you and call you trash shit. Yeah, that does happen. It does happen to me as well, though, on Mortal Kombat and Tekken. So I mean, games like this, just fighting games in general, seem to do this. Call of Duty's the worst one, though, in my opinion. I've been using the same controller primarily since the release. I technically broke one of the buttons when playing Tekken. I pressed down on the B and it just kind of went into the controller. Otherwise, I've had the same 2 controllers since I got my Xbox. I haven't had to buy any new ones or anything. The current state of the game being horrible, I will say, after the Core Combat update, a lot of people felt like the game was kind of ruined to a certain extent, and some characters, to me, also don't feel good anymore. Like, for instance, Warden has been my main for a long time, obviously rep 70. I don't enjoy playing him because it's just so reliant on bash now that he's not enjoyable. A lot of characters, we think Black Prior also has light into bash, or light into light, or he has light into undodgeable heavy. Then we have other characters like Shigoki that has a mix-up. Both are technically unsafe. You can dodge the unblockable, and you can dodge the hug and get a big punish. But he does get armor, and he has a large sweeping area, whereas Warden doesn't have an area, so he's very reliant on the bash. Even though the bash is very strong, I don't enjoy the way he's played anymore, so depending on what the state this person is talking about, there are some instances where you feel like it's BS. Some characters just... Some characters in the game, like Griffin, feel like they have everything, and then other characters feel like they're just pushed by the wayside. Peacekeeper felt like that for a long time, and she's finally got some love. Alright, let's see what else we got. So here again, we have another obvious over-exaggeration, in my opinion. There's a gank around every corner. Yes, there's a gank around every corner if you're playing 4v4, and then obviously he gives a fucking threat, which is not okay. Let's see what else we got. Alright. So here we have another one, Absolute Dumpster Fire as it is titled. This game is awful, it has awful balancing, it is super luck based on timing, and skill or experience grants you nothing. Do not get the game unless you can stay under 30 ping, which I don't stay under 30 ping at all. I normally am at 40, 50. I have good reaction time, I don't care about the malding? I don't know what that's supposed to be. And are willing to constantly rage until you get good, which will take at least 2 months of playtime. So, this goes back to what I was saying. Characters take about 5 minutes to learn, right? I don't remember how many characters are in the game, but if we take 5 minutes times however many characters are in the game, you'll understand most of the characters in a single day. And then you just need to get used to timing and stuff like that of when to parry, which... all light attacks are the same speed at this point. All you have to really think about now are different variations on heavies and stuff like that. And the only ones are characters that can delay their heavies that become a problem. Fucking misclick. As far as he says, he feels like it's luck-based. There's no skill or experience that will grant you anything. Coming from me, personally... I have a very slow reaction time. I used to have an amazing reaction time, and I still have a reasonably good intuition for a lot of games when it comes to like Call of Duty and stuff like that. I could sleep while playing those and quickscope people. I have a good intuition when people are coming around the corner, and I can line up a shot before they hit the corner, just kind of guessing they're going to be there. But For Honor, you can kind of, with experience, guess where the next hits are going. But at this point, technically, yes, it is not supposed to be reaction-based anymore. That doesn't mean you're going to get hit by things that are reactable because you assume the person won't do it. Like, if you assume they're going to feint and you go for an attack and they don't feint and you get smacked by it, yeah, some of it feels luck, even though it is just experience and a little bit of guesswork. Now, as for stay under 30 ping, stay under 100. Please. 80 starts to feel bad, but it's still technically playable. Anything under 80 is great. It's fine. You don't really feel anything. At least since I'm in the 40s and 50s, I don't notice anything. When I play on PC, though, with the amount of extra frames I get with a built computer, I have a gaming PC setup, and it feels wonderful. Everything feels like it's in slow motion. It becomes a staring battle almost on PC. It just feels fluid. Whereas on console, I have to say, sometimes it does feel like you're gambling. And when people have the 80 or above ping, sometimes you just won't even see the animation of an attack. It'll just hit you. So let's see what else we got. Match. Had a hacker, so I leave and get banned for 10 minutes. Shake my head, F this game, and whoever made it. Yes. Okay, so for starters, I don't know how to hack on Xbox. I know you can hack on PC, and it'll have like an auto block or an auto parry and stuff, like auto dodges and stuff like that. But as for a hacker on Xbox, I personally haven't seen it. I've met people that parried all of my lights, all of my heavies. They knew which one I was doing at all times. It felt like a level 6 bot, dude. And then my friend goes over and he's like, oh, I'm going to mix him up with Shinobi. No, he parried everything again. I mean, the dude was an absolute legend. Now, as it says here, I leave, I get banned for 10 minutes. Yeah, that's really, really annoying. My most recent ban was 30 minutes, and I went in to play ranked, and it paired me with a bot. And I didn't feel like going into the match, picking my character, then leaving the match, and then trying to start another match after I had waited 7 minutes. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to close out the game and relaunch it. Well, obviously, you close out the game, it counts as a loss, and you get a 30-minute ban, which I did not know. I was hoping if I closed out the game, I would avoid the ban. I don't get banned a whole lot, but that one really pissed me off. So this is another similar thing. The game has potential, but they never fixed the servers, which, I mean, the servers aren't bad for me. They keep adding overpowered heroes. Yes. Every game does this. Power scaling with DLC characters is a known thing to happen. It happens in Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Games do that. They release characters that are just way overtuned all the time, and then they slowly tune them down. The reason for this is they bring these broken characters in, that way everyone buys them because it's the meta. I mean, you're going to lose if you don't pick them, right? And then they slowly lower them down, and by the time they're mid-tier like everyone else, I mean, you're not really playing them a whole lot. And then they release a new character. Oh, now you got to buy the new character because that's a new OP. They know people think that way, and that's why it works. But he says laggy combat, people are teleporting all over, people that dash towards you get a running attack, and yeah, there are some issues with some of the animations, especially in 4v4 game modes like Warden's running attack. Sometimes it does just kind of look like a teleport, depending on how bad internet is, like 80s and stuff like that. Yeah, it feels like a teleport. But otherwise, I think most of this would just be internet connection. He says he has a good internet, but that doesn't mean the other people in his game do. This guy got a thumbs up saying they need to fix these broken characters, which we just talked about. Light spam, hyper armor. Yes, hyper armor is very strong, and light attacks are currently very strong on console. But I don't, they're not going to be changing that in the future. So, as the For Honor community would say, get good, scrub, or switch to PC, apparently. I don't support either of those claims. I play for fun at this point. Playing to win is completely stupid. Don't do it. This person gave it a 1 star, and yet they say, my grandma made cookies faster than the loading screen and fixed the servers, which are trash. Please debuff Griffin. Trash gameplay, and it's a good game, but please fix it. Yes, a lot of people are pissed about Griffin, although the loading screens aren't going to get any faster. If you think those are bad, go to Monster Hunter. It was once an innovative fighting game, but now they have completely reworked the combat to favor the DLC characters. Game gets more broken with every update. New characters annihilating old ones as the combat works against them. Multiplayer is almost entirely players using meta, not fun anymore, which is back to what I was talking about. DLC, they know will sell, so they make those characters the meta. and then they move on. This one's actually relatively correct. Although, yeah, I mean, he's not entirely wrong. DLC characters are kind of ridiculous, and they do for the most part annihilate old characters. But like Shigoki and some of the other characters that have reworks, Shigoki can hold his own. Warden in a 1v1 can hold his own. So saying that they defeat old ones isn't crazy. Tiandi and JJ also have extremely good movement. This one I completely disagree with. The game is overrun by modders. No point. Xbox just ignores it. I don't even know how you'd mod. As a up and coming software developer, I have no idea how you would use mods on For Honor. Like, I can think of writing a script, but even a script, I mean, it just does whatever you tell it to do in a certain amount of time, and that wouldn't fix it. So stuff like this is just not correct. Alright, so we're going to look for the most recent ones real quick, and we're just going to kind of run through. So we got a whole bunch of 1-star, 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 1-star. This person says, good game, steep learning curve, but pretty good. Pretty good. I assume he meant good. Steep learning curve, I don't believe there is a steep learning curve. If you have a good read or very fast reactions, you'll win the game regardless. Anyone with extremely fast reaction time will win. Just plain out. If you can react to the things that are supposed to be unreactable, you're already winning, because that's the entire reason they had to speed things up, is people that could react to certain things would destroy people. I don't think there's a huge steep learning curve. Like I said earlier, you can learn every character pretty quick. No game chat on Xbox. Only thing that is wrong right now is the inability to chat in For Honor on Xbox. I was able to do that. I agree with this person. I completely agree with this person. I have told my friends, if they made a Star Wars game with this same combat system, no one would even notice the problems with the game. There are obvious problems with certain characters and stuff like that. No one would even fucking notice them if it was Star Wars. Lightsaber battles? Fuck that. No one would notice. It would be the most beautiful game ever. So this person right here is exactly where I'm sitting. They give it a 4-star. They talk about how good the game is. They do say that there are some OP characters that are, require no skill to play, and then the garbage characters do require skill because they suck. Otherwise, they say it's an awesome game. It's very unique, which I completely agree with. Summary: yes, there are OP characters that ruin it, but if you don't care, like I've been saying, if you don't care about winning, it is a fun game. You need to not care about winning to really, really get a good game. So we'll do one more, and then we'll wrap this up. Let's see if we can find another good one. All right, we got a 2-for-1 here. All right. This guy says, fun. Yes, gave it 5 stars as well. Was enjoying the game before having a 9-year-old light spam me with Kensei. Now want to stick the Empire State Building up my ass. 10 out of 10. Now want to, whatever. That's actually really funny that he gave it a 5 out of 5 after being light spammed to death by Kensei. I just ignore it at this point. If I get light spammed by Kensei, I just fucking move on. It's annoying. And then this person says, gave it a 5-star and says, do not play this game. If you decide you actually want to enjoy this game, you have another thing coming. His name is Griffin. And don't get me started with everything wrong with Black Prior. All in all, play this game if you want to hate yourself. 5 out of 5. Oh my god, what a review. I give it 5 out of 5. Play it if you hate yourself. I mean, yeah. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what was your favorite down below. If you guys saw any good ones, let them know down below so we can share them with the community. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.